All right, it is Friday, September 25th, and we are back in the market to finish the week. And let's look at the SPY first. Dow Jones finished out 358, S&P plus 51, NASDAQ plus 241, small caps plus 22. The VIX fell to 2638, minus 7.4%. Commodities, gold finished minus 1275, 1864, silver 22.19, 22.975, crude oil 40.05 flat. So let's go to the big chart here. All right, here's a chart where all my moving averages. Yeah, we had a great day in NASDAQ, the SPY, and everything. So here we are, the rundown. We're sort of in this wedge down. It's not super tight. Today was a big day. Came up to your 9 EMA. There's your 13, 20. Hugging that 100 day, which held. Now, I don't think this is over yet. I still say we're going down. We're going down probably to test the 200 day. So this is a counter rally, I believe. Yeah, if we start to really move and move up, we got to get past 335. So if we get past past 335, yeah, then we'll go test this high again. So that is key on the SPY. 4 hour. You can see this has a 20-day to go over the 100, and there's the 50. It did show a sign of a crossover here on MACD histogram. There's a 2 hour, and the 1 hour is trying to come back now, still in this channel. The weekly, we're caught between the 13 and the 20 EMA. There's your 50 here at 310. Sort of bend down a little bit, it bent sort of, a tiny bit sideways, still trying to cross over negative. So if you put that 310 line, that puts it right at the 50-day on the weekly, and then you can see here on the daily, that is the 200-day. So, everyone's looking at that at this point. We're still in a negative move here, so I don't think this is done yet, but we'll see. So there are the moves there. So we know where we're getting it over, and there's your support there, 320. On the NASDAQ, all right, the NASDAQ has to get over what is this here? About 11,000, we'll call it. Back and forth, back and forth. You have the 100-day right here at 10.4, and this comes all the way back to 9,500 to 200-day. So on your weekly is touching that 5-day, and it's sort of nothing down here except that 20-day. And then you have 9,500 just below is your 50-day, 4 hour. You can see the 50-day above. It's almost like steps. So the 50-day, 100-day, 150. So where we have to go on here over that 50-day is important. NASDAQ, Dow Jones. Make a line here on this one. So right here you can see a very tight line. Back and forth, back and forth. It's getting tighter this wedge. You have the 100-day right here, and this is the 200, which is right at 26, about 2,000. Actually, it is 26,280. So this is riding up to 100-day. We'll see how this turns out. So you have the weekly. The weekly is putting a hammer of all these moving averages on the weekly. So this is a lot to go through here. NASDAQ looks better. Dow Jones looks better, and then you have the SPY, and then you have the NASDAQ, which is in order of like how bad they are. So there's a 4 hour. So you can see right now where we're at. We're still in this downtrend. It looks like a wedge. I still think we have more to go. Watching CNBC, they really think we're going, we got to go further here down. So, they're looking at it that way. Professionals are looking at it that way too. So, Apple. I think a lot of people are going to get hurt on Apple, these rookies. It's coming up here. It's going to touch. I think if it breaks through here, that's off the races. If not, we're falling back further. We have a weekly close so far, but it could be just the beginning here. Very key here is this 50. This 50 level on Apple is stochastics. When you cross this 50, it rarely gets over that far, and we're sort of trying to come up. We'll see if this can turn here. There's TQQQ. It's had a nice day, back and forth, back and forth. We're down. This touched 100. There's that 100 sliding up. And then you have your 200 right here. It's just trying to turn up. You have decrease in histogram. I still like down here to this level, though. I think we're going to come up, even up to here, and then bounce back down further. Here's your weekly. Weekly's looking better, though, because today really was a strong bounce. Here, see this? Bounce, bounce, bounce. Now we're sort of sideways. This has to get over that 130 and then, 135 on the weekly chart. Or, excuse me, the 4-hour chart. That's TQQQ. A lot of counter trend bounces here in this downtrend, which is good. You're getting big bounces. The upside, you get crushed. See, short on that move was short. People are like, oh, it's over. And, we're still, a lot of things are up in the air. That's the problem. And the VIX came down pretty strong. So here's the VIX. The move up sideways. There's your 50-day sliding down. So it looks like a sandwich between a 250-day back and forth, back and forth. You have, almost like 30 and 25 level back and forth here. So, what's this going to do next? I think we're going back and forth here. That's why volatility is going to remain up. Your weekly, big moving averages below. I don't think this is going to go to 17. It's the 200-day. 4-hour did put a nasty downtrend right there in the 4-hour. Really came down hard late. We'll see if we get a bounce next week again. UVXY. Move up, came all the way down. Now came back up near 50 and sliding back down a little bit. Your weekly is kind of flat. Your 4-hour is touching all these moving averages. Might come back down and test that 19 level a little bit below. All right, so that's where we stand. We had a great move today in the Dow, S&P, Tech, NASDAQ. Now the VIX fell back. It keeps doing that. The VIX keeps going back and forth. Overall, where we got to go long, we had to go over most of them 50 days moving averages, and if not, on the lower level, we have to. We'll see if it continues to that 200-day. We're getting strong bounces on this on the way down. Here's my other chart on stock charts. This is on stockcharts.com. So you can see here the RSI, see the sliding down, bounce down. It hasn't gone under 30. I think we need to watch the 30. It hasn't done this, since March. So it has a lot of moving averages to get over. It has to get over the 50-day, which is 33.50. So, this bounce doesn't mean that much today. a strong bounce. But you have your 100-day, see that held. You're going to move to the downside here, right through that 100, and there's your 200-day. I still say we need there. Money flow got so close to getting under 20, but did not. So Cash-6 is extremely oversold. You know, MACDs turn negative, slope, and SCCI is negative here. So, yeah, oversold, not completely oversold, and RSI not completely oversold. So, you know, the SPX, you got some good bounces here, but we still have to have the proof that this is getting over the 50-day, and then we can make a march to that high of September. All right, so that's for that. All right, let's take a look at today's gainers. There goes U1. I called this in StockSweat's other rooms. I said U1 was going to move. This is U1K. I don't care about that. You know, there's the move. When you see a chart like this go all the way down, then sideways, look where this held at 350. How many times? What's that, like 20 times? Big volume, and then they pushed it up. And that's how it works. And the reason you know this too is you see stochastic. See this? That's a divergence going up. This didn't move, but this was moving. So that was a sign that this is going to move up. I wonder if there was news. Urban air mobility could be a transportation reality within a decade. Anyway, so this moved late too. Sometimes they're not going to move in the morning. There it is, big candle here. So you can see this after this day, sideways, took off. And there you go. And I said this could get a 6+, see this candle? And there it goes. STND, it's nothing. CBAT, trickier move, you know, early pre-market, I'm not playing it. Pre-market's tough as it is, you know. After 7, I'll usually trade, but I want to see a setup. See this here just came all the way down. It's kind of sketchy here and bounced. Then it caught people right here, couldn't get over this line, and then faded. It's a great fade. And then 2 all the way to 275. Nice little bounce. You don't need much for a bounce. If you can get 50 cents on a bounce, it's a great trade. And then it's faded down. There's U1. SYPR. You know, back and forth here. 120 at the 150. IPDN, another late move. IEA, not the greatest volume. And yet it's launched 425 all the way near 525. SKYS, there's another, we're getting a lot of late moves lately. BYFC. Here's another one right here. So you can go all these lines here on this. So this is a descending triangle, a little bit symmetrical too because it is rising up. But look at that, stay wide, tight, 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 explosion up. And BYFC, what you want, I think they're all in the same sort of like financial space. I think it's Black Broadcasting, you know, urban businesses like that. Here's TAT. This moved. Look at this, all the way down. There's a slide. Draw your line. And this never got forward after that. Acor is not a bad move, over 50 cents to about 85. There's a sliding board play, SGBX. Look at this, straight up. And then sideways, down, down. That's a sliding board. It goes up so early pre-market and just slides down. Never recovers. EVGN. carved. That's another one of, I believe, black entertainment or business or stuff like that. So they're all in that same group. SALM, medical, LIC, lithium. Yeah, these plays are great if you catch them. See the 750? Just rode this 1320. There's no downside in this 5 minutes. So right here, and there's a cross. Cross is the top of the pattern. Here's GNOS back and forth, back and forth. This is holding this one level right here. See this one house. How one is the most significant part of penny land, you can call it. So this is a tough area. It's trying to stay above that one level. Next, XGT or SAVA. You know, SAVA has this move right here, just over 10. Right here, 7, you know, broke up. A lot of choppiness here. Then like fade it the next day. A lot of like gaps. Little gaps here is very tough to read, but intraday on this was pretty good. Yeah, you have today's open at 10. There's 975, and rode up, rode up, rode up. And here's a classic ascending triangle over 11, and then shot up to 1225. So this is a great long chart. Probably raise this now to like 11. See this? 11 came back 11. So here's your move up, move up. Nice dip plays in it. So this is what you want. You want a longer term play. You don't want to get it out in a few minutes. Unless a stock this goes crazy in a few minutes, you catch it. But yeah, this is a move from like 10 to 1225. It's a great move for longs. There's Boxel. This is ZI. Zoom Info Technologies. Draw a line here. See this? This is in a downtrend, and you draw this here. Let's say to probably here. So this is a big, let's say a big flag maybe. Yeah, it's breaking up channel. This is another move, pretty solid here. Pretty easy to read, 35. You're just going line to line, your 50-cent line. And then it's took off long. On the cruise liners got, I believe, good news today. So they all popped. Yeah, this is oversold here. Anytime's oversold here, if you get in here, it's a good chance that'll be good long. 1525, 1575, it's a great long. All right, let's look at ETFs. DIN, super choppy. Now here's DFIN, which is put in low. See here, 1, 2, 3, and this 10 level is significant. It bounced yesterday. Today it bounced again, moved up. And the 4 hour, this has room to get up there. So you have a big line coming down from that June. So this is trying to either, it's going to squeeze out of this up. And according to this, it keeps going down. This could go into December before it squeezes, but who knows? That doesn't mean anything. It could go before then. It is oversold, so there's a chance to the long side. Nil, very choppy. All right, here's UDAL, and this is another one back and forth. The wedge is getting tighter. That's a big candle there, which is good for longs. ETFs can be hard to trade. They can be easy. It depends on the pattern. It depends on what they do exactly. So see, this show people out right here. If you get in maybe here in these tails, 47. Or, I wouldn't buy the break necessarily here. Doesn't look that appealing, the candles. And then this came down and this shot up. So this, stopped out of the longs. Sometimes you have to wait for these patterns to develop, and it took off. You saw TQQQ, back and forth to green, massive red to green. This is still going to go over these moving averages, which is tough. So there's no guarantee yet that we're clear, that we're still in a downtrend. Here's TNA. That's a nice candle though. This can move back up to, maybe 30 plus. That is a green candle too. Very oversold here. I like the financials here. At least for a bounce. This is at a 579, extremely oversold. The gap here, maybe this gets 36 plus. Stocks will sideways, trying to come up. On the bearish side, ETFs, SQQ, showing sort of divergence now on there. The daily, here's the weekly. 4 hours getting oversold again. Here's FAS. This was very overbought. DJI Energy. There's SDAL. Gold, JDST. Back and forth today. What was Nougat? This is very oversold here on gold. It's at a 14, so this could bounce up. You draw a line to right here. You draw this up. You see right here, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This channel up, and this went way below the channel, so it's very oversold. Chances might break back up. So, today's leaders wasn't the best of moves today. A lot of moves late today. You had a lot of penny stocks, so like 1, I'm seeing 6, 2, 1, 5, 5. Higher price down the list, but more pennies in play. All right, let me look at some other moves. See if anything else is moving. SWBI. Still trying to come up here at 16 here, back and forth. LL number liquidators, sideways. Here's OPK. This is sliding. This 3 is holding, and I'm making a move up here. Here's FA, clear channel now between, just under I would say 27.28 and like 30.29 back and forth we go. Oversold again, trying to come up. First Energy Corp, JMIA. This is still in this wedge down, this falling wedge. Again, some green candles. It is holding 7 here. 7 is kind of important here if you draw this line. Oversold. Kind of weird divergence. It's trying to come up now on the 4 hour and the 2 hour. Very slowly though. So that's it on that. So the market's still, very, a lot of big moves up and down. Right now we're still in a downtrend. It's a great move today, but I don't think it's over. I still say we're going down to near that 200-day. See here on, just I have a few moving average here. This is the 1320, back and forth, back and forth. Clearly oversold here, but that 300 is key here, that 300. And this is the previous June. It's holding us 323. See here in the weekly, still straight down, a little bit of curve. All these right candles. Price stop on net change. If I change this to open change, see open versus open, that is a green candle. Net change, I forget what that means. I think it means from, it's like open versus close. This is net change from, I think, the previous high or something like that. That's why it's not filled. But it's still like a caution candle. I think most people use net change and open versus close, the professionals. That's why I have it on here. And you can clearly see this move. Huge move, a few bounces here. Massive drop, massive move up. Now, how far down do we go? I mean, you clearly see here, we need a little bit more, about that 300 level. 302. You can see all the way back here from 2019. That'll be key. So that's it. So that's it for today. That's it. Please subscribe to the channel and like. We'll be back Monday. And that's it. Peace out.